warm welcome to all truth seekers as we delve into the most guarded secrets of the Tibetan plateau. March 17, 1959, a young Dalai Lama flees into the night, guided by a divine invisible map. This map was not drawn by human hands, but whispered by a deity through a fragile human vessel. Meet the Nechung Oracle, a state consultant who trades his physical body for divine wisdom. Is it mere ancient superstition or a biological bridge to a dimension we cannot measure? In the quiet hills of India, the 14th Dalai Lama carries a burden that spans across centuries. Every major decision of his government is first weighed against the words of an ancient spirit. How does a modern global icon, a Nobel Laureate, justify his reliance on a trance medium? Inside his private residence in Dharamshala, state secrets are whispered in the scent of incense. The Kashag ministers wait in heavy silence, their faces etched with the strain of a nation in exile. The oracle's empty throne sits as a reminder that the ultimate authority is not entirely human. History tells us that for 1,200 years, this divine connection has never been broken. The burden of leadership in the Himalayas requires eyes that can see beyond the physical fog. Why does the world's most famous monk rely on a voice from the void to save his people? Is it a desperate grasp at ancient tradition, or is there a tangible power in the scepter? To understand the man, we must first look at the wrathful protector deity, Dorje Dragden. He is the king of the spirits, bound by a sacred oath to guard the path of the Dharma. The Nechung Kuten is not a psychic, he is merely the hollow bone for the spirit to breathe. Our journey begins in the 8th century, during the dawn of the Tibetan spiritual empire. The great master Padmasambhava faced the local gods who ruled the wild mountain peaks. Dorje Dragden was bound by magic, swearing to defend the lineage of the Dalai Lamas forever. The Nechung Monastery was built as a permanent residence for this powerful, otherworldly voice. When a Kuten passes away, the search for the next human vessel begins with strict secrecy. It is not a choice made by a man, but a violent spiritual calling that cannot be ignored. Candidates must pass physical and mental tests that would break any ordinary human being. The selected monk undergoes years of training in deep meditation and total, absolute silence. His life becomes a sacrifice, preparing his body for the immense weight of the divine presence. He lives as a humble servant, knowing that his identity will disappear during the trance. The Kuten is a living bridge, standing between the politics of earth and the laws of heaven. Historical records show that these oracles have accurately predicted every major turning point. From the fall of empires to the secret location of reincarnated masters, they are never wrong. They warned of invasions, plagues, and internal betrayals long before the first signs appeared. But no prophecy was as critical as the one delivered in the dark spring of 1959. The geopolitical walls were closing in on Lhasa, and the air was thick with the scent of war. The young leader faced an impossible choice: to stay and die, or to flee into the unknown. In a hidden chamber, he turned to the Nechung Oracle for the final, desperate answer. If your life depended on a ghost, would you trust it to lead you through a deadly war? The silence of the assembly broke as the ritual drums began to beat like a dying heart. The atmosphere thickened with the scent of sacred herbs as the monk entered the sacred circle. The ritual begins as the Kutan's ego fades, replaced by the fury of a protector god. Assistants hurry to dress him in 8 layers of silk and a massive golden breastplate. The sacred Malong mirror reflects the candlelight, shimmering like a gateway to another realm. Finally, the iron helmet is lowered, weighing over 30 kilograms of solid, cold steel. A human neck should snap under this weight, yet the oracle begins a violent, ecstatic dance. His body vibrates with an energy that defies every known law of modern human physiology. His heart rate climbs to levels that would cause a normal man to suffer a fatal stroke. His face turns a deep, unnatural shade of red as his blood vessels expand under the heat. This is no longer a monk acting a part. His biology is shifting in a way we cannot explain. Scientists who witnessed the possession left the temple in a state of utter, silent disbelief. Muscles bulge as he wields a heavy ritual sword with the ease of a master warrior. He begins to speak in a strange ancient dialect that has been forgotten by the modern world. The secret interpreter listens carefully, decoding the divine, chaotic speech for the king. Every syllable is a coordinate, a piece of a puzzle that will decide the nation's future. The violent trance reaches its chaotic peak as fire and spirit collide within the vessel. The god Dorje Drakten is now fully present, ruling the room with a terrifying, holy gaze. His voice is a guttural roar that seems to echo from the very heart of the mountain. Can a human brain truly endure the raw power of a god without being completely destroyed? The physical toll on the Kuten is nearly fatal, his body pushed to the absolute edge. Suddenly, the spirit leaves, and the old monk collapses into the arms of his assistants. The sweat on his skin is cold as ice, and his eyes are clouded with deep exhaustion. He remembers nothing of the divine message, nor the violent strength that possessed him. Science calls this state hysteria, yet it cannot explain the impossible physical feats. How can hysteria grant an old, frail man the supernatural strength of 10 young warriors? How can it see through the walls of time and predict events that have not yet occurred? The mystery remains locked away, hidden behind the thick stone walls of the sanctuary. Let us return to the frozen night of March 17, when everything was on the line. Lhasa was surrounded by a sea of hostile force, and escape seemed like a distant dream. The life of the Dalai Lama was hanging by a thread, and time was running out for Tibet. The oracle was summoned for one final session to determine the path to certain survival. The deity roared with absolute authority. "Go, you must leave this sacred house tonight." He drew a precise map of the mountain passes, using a sword on the dusty temple floor. "Follow this path exactly, and you shall reach the safety of the south before dawn." The instructions were accurate, down to the last mile of the treacherous Himalayan route. The young leader dressed in the coarse clothes of a common soldier, hiding his true face. He removed his glasses and walked out into the dark, leaving his kingdom behind him. The small group moved through secret gaps in the enemy lines, guided by the divine word. Every step felt like a gamble with fate, a walk through the valley of the shadow of death. The mountains were brutal and unforgiving, but the path remained clear of any hostile eyes. It was as if the spirits themselves were holding back the wind to protect the king. For 2 long weeks, they trekked across the world's highest peaks in total, deadly silence. Against all odds, they crossed the border and found sanctuary in the lands of India. The oracle's prophecy had saved a sacred lineage from certain violent destruction. Without that single piece of advice, the history of Tibet would have ended that night. The oracle still speaks today, his voice echoing through the misty hills of Dharamshala. He continues to guide a government with no home, a king who lives as a humble refugee. The supernatural remains the silent pillar of their survival in a world of cold logic. Can we afford to dismiss what we cannot explain, or is the oracle the ultimate truth? The oracle remains a bridge between worlds, a mystery that defies modern neuroscience today. Was his escape a miracle of faith or a strategic masterstroke? Join the debate below. If you seek more hidden truths, please like this video and subscribe to our global series.